Hello everybody and welcome to the evening educational session, the clinic if you like. Hi Rosa, good to see you on. Peter, hello. Judy, hello to you. Welcome everybody. Hi Sakti, it's good to see you on. Thank you all for joining me. I do have hopefully a good session prepared for you, but we'll go through it and we'll see. Can I get a sound check please? Hopefully that's all working. Hi Adam. Sound is good, is it? Thanks Judy, there you go. All right, I'm diving straight in. Hi Mary, thank you everybody, thank you. I once wrote about trading that pressure is privilege. And I stand by that, as I know we stand alone as traders. It is, in fairness, the biggest stuff you skill there is. There's no meetings, there's no clients, no deliveries, no shipments, no business insurance or staff worries. Stress, however, generally comes from not taking action on something that you can have some control over. So if you find that you are not, for example, closing a losing trade early or loading up the correct stop at the right time and at the right place, this will cause a trader an unmeasurable level of stress. Unmeasurable as it will depend on your stake, the market and the time of day. And I mean the market by your choice in what you are trading. That's a warning flag for me, as it should be for those feeling the stress. What it means is that there is something that has not been completely identified, perhaps in your trading plan, perhaps on the chart on an as at now basis. In your conscious mind, that will be bothering you and hindering your performance. Until you take action on that issue, the stress you feel will continue to grow. As soon as you identify it and take the first steps to correct the issue or address that situation, even if it doesn't solve the problem, the fact that you are addressing it dramatically reduces any stress that is coming from it. So your stress comes from ignoring things that you really shouldn't be ignoring. Stress doesn't come from hard work. You can be working incredibly hard, perhaps on your learning, and you might find that you're enjoying that. Some people have very enjoyable jobs that they enjoy, and they do them and they work longer hours than they need to because they enjoy their job. Likewise, you can be out of work and incredibly stressed over that. Maybe become a disciplined trader, and stop worrying on that CV update. Remember how to remember things, because that's a thing. And when in doubt, stay out and avoid the stress of erroneous entry. Now, why are we looking at a blank chart? Well, two reasons really. One, and this might tickle you, it might not, but I'm going to say it anyway. I was contacted by someone who asked for the templates file. I've not really ever got an issue sending it, but, big capital but there, sometimes I'm going to be as careless or as unresponsive in my rush to send it as you are in your attempt to build a strategy as I defined it. What do I mean? Well, we all remember the homework file, don't we? Ideally we do. We better. Lesson 6, and I'm going to open that now. I'm going to open that file, that lesson 6, trading more, the definitive homework guide. Where are you, please? There you are. The definitive homework guide is a Word document, and it is opening, and everybody who joined me has access to this. And when we scroll down to lesson 6, it says, create a new blank chart on your chosen package. Assume Trade Interceptor or Think Trader. Add the, oh no, that's Divergence. Wait, that's not it then. It's lesson 5. Visit the website, Forex Strategies Revealed. Scroll down to the section shown and discussed in our lesson 5. on your chosen charting package, be it Trade Interceptor, Think Trader, Trading View, C Trader, MT5, MT4, Pro Real Time, whatever you're using, make a new blank chart as you do by hitting the plus button. This will enable you, and build one strategy from each heading as we discussed in the lesson. Now, why is it necessary that I say this? It's because I got a message from someone and he says, where is it? What do I mean? Well, no. Where is it? I copied and pasted it. It's in here. Bugger it, can't find it. So I'm going to have to go into my messages and open it. I thought I'd copied and pasted it. I copied it, I didn't paste it. A message I got from someone, and he says, the T2B2 that I created from your Word file, if I go right click and I go, I won't load that template on here, this is for the public, remember, load template, T2B2, there it is. The T2B2 I created from the Word file never really seemed to be the one you used live. What? Do you know what that means, everybody? Now I'm copying the selected text. What do I mean? Well, there you go. Yes, there it is. What do I mean? Control V. I'm putting it in there. Well, the T2B2 doesn't seem to be the same one I created. Well, we all remember the homework file. Lesson 5, do it properly, please. It's not padding. It's not designed to help me. It's there to help you. Do it properly and don't skip bits. That applies to everything. It was some of the best homework advice I ever gave to my son-in-law, Jason. And in fairness, he's doing really well. He's in London looking at Purdy shotguns. A Purdy, for heaven's sake. Do yourself a favour and Google how much they cost, and you'll understand why it's important to do it properly and don't skip bits. Now, the other reason, 2 reasons we're looking at a blank chart. One of them is that my sister contacted me recently and she said, XRP, this thing, XRP, will it go back up? And I've got it on a 1 minute chart, but I really only had it on a 1 minute chart to be looking at the countdown, so I knew exactly when to begin it. If we put it on a daily, see, my sister invested a little bit in this. It's my sister in South Africa, Glenys, and fingers crossed it does go back up for her. But obviously, you and I will all have received all those messages way back, sometime back here somewhere saying, buy XRP, and it was around $2 at the time. Buy XRP. It was back May or June when someone first started contacting me about it. And yes, I bought a bit. I did mention it in the sessions, but I got out as well. I set myself targets. I didn't quite get to 2 to 1. It didn't go quite to 4, did it? I got out somewhere towards the end of August, I think. But I made profit. If we zoom out and we look at where it is now, zoom right out, it's way below. Why am I going to zoom in? Well, look what's happening here, everybody. Someone's going to type me a letter that is busy forming here. H, thank you, Rusty. And I'll put a little drawing on the top. Well done, Judy. Bought at 50. We've got an outside bar here, an inside bar in the middle, and this hasn't closed yet, but if it should manage to close anywhere in this area here, we will have an engulfing bar. And if we get an engulfing bar, I'll just clear those drawings, we'll end up with an H pattern. And you all know I very much like my H patterns, as they do seem bullish. It's got a 60 down here. Remember the 6s, I like them. I'm going to just delete that last one, undo that last one. Yeah, you can see the 6, 1.6, 6s and 4s, they're still a thing. And then the next level up, where would it be? Well, look where we got to this top at 2.4. If we can get an H, 2.4 would be interesting to see. By when? Well, within the month of February, really, if we get the H. So won't somebody in the group please remind me to check on XRP tomorrow? Did it close above that high there? It needs to close, or it doesn't have to close there, it just needs to go up here. It can come back down, but if it closes green and that bar's green and bullish engulfing, that will be the H that I like. Yes, I like it on all time frames. Thanks for that, Judy, and I know I can rely on you because you're one of those lady type people, and ladies have much, much, much better memories than any man would have. Note it was a man who said, can you please send me the templates file? My point on that is, and let me read what he wrote, the T2B2 that I created from the Word file, and let me just explain to everybody, if I go template strategy trading, template strategies, there they are. If I bring that in so that you can see it, there is down here a Word document that details all of the, yeah, that one's cheap as well, Rosa. Rosa checked the price of a Purdy. That's from Purdy. You can get them as much as £300,000. So go onto their website and have a look, and you're going to be quite impressed. That's a pair of them as well. That must be an older pair, but the new, they're a fortune. They're nice guns actually, but they don't shoot any better than a regular shotgun. Anyway, down. Look, T2B2, the revised edit. In that document are the settings, and let me show you what I mean, because what I can do is I can go DT2, or is the dynamic edge on here somewhere? Anyone see dynamic edge plus settings? I can open that one because we all know what that looks like. It's one of the ones I've shared publicly, and I don't mind bringing it into view right now. Let me just fix that document and bring this down here. Absolutely all of my strategies have the indicators and their settings. So if we look at that, look, EMA 55 magenta, we go zigzaggy line, add indicator, EMA, which is an exponential moving average, and we add it, and it's not magenta, is it? So we go into the settings and we say, oh, it's not a 55 either, it's a 21, now it's a 55, and we make it magenta. It's that pinky looking colour there, the proper pinky looking colour, not the funny one that I just made. That's it. And we even tell you the thickness. Now that's how to change and to set up an indicator. If yours doesn't look like mine, then you haven't done it properly. And I would go back to the answer I gave some moments ago, which is do it properly and don't skip bits. If you have to do it twice, so do it twice. If you have to do it 3 times, so do it 3 times. If you're really still struggling, you all know that you can reach out to me for a one-to-one where we could discuss why you're struggling to enable and facilitate that you can do it properly without skipping bits, rather than relying upon me sending you the template file. Do you think I will live forever? No, I won't. I hope not anyway. But there you go. At some stage, you're going to have to be able to do things for yourself, and that means do them properly and don't skip bits, please, and pretty please. So questions now. I'm wide open to questions. We are 13 minutes in. That's quite good. I'm impressed with that. I could fit a lot more in. I could talk about the accuracy of things. If someone tells you I've done really well, and then you find out in the numbers that I haven't done really well, that will be frustrating, and the word of the day then comes to being frustrated, and I won't apologize for saying that. It's the advanced stage of frustration where you don't even have the energy to explain why anymore. I read it somewhere and I think it's brilliant. We can also think about things like Donald Trump, wealthy, powerful, married to a very pretty lady. However, since light travels faster than sound, people may appear bright until you hear them speak. Now, Rusty says, that's what I took from our recent one-to-one. You can tell me about why you take trades, but I'm the one who pulls the trigger. So I'm answering the why questions for me now. It's really helpful. I appreciate you saying that, Rusty. Brilliant, because that shows, progress. And, you know, everybody can make progress. I can make progress. And many of you will note that there's a YouTube recording up there that has a 7-minute clip from the Open on Thursday in it. Only one of you shared that, by the way, just one, and that's okay, I have no problem with that. But I thought it was quite good, and again, I've been trying at 14:36 hours UK time. I've been saying, this is the level where I'll buy, this is the level where I'll sell on the NAS and the Dow, and then I talk you through it as we go. But, you know, that's something that I've aimed for by a given time, 2:26. I give you those levels, and we we work on those, and I'll try and do it again Tuesday, maybe Thursday or something. Again, we've got to deal with things like overthinkers. People will overthink things, and I often wonder how overthinkers cope when they hear a song on the radio, such as, remember the old songs, Quando, 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 remember that? Tell me when will you be mine? Tell me quando, 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 which is great until you realise that quando is Spanish for when. And if you're English, you're thinking, so actually the guy's saying, tell me when will you be mine? Tell me when. It's not nice anymore, is it? It's rubbish. And overthinkers will come up with things like that. What about the classic inchworm? What, 2.54 centimetres worm? Really? Well, that's it. That's what overthinkers do. It is what it is. Judy says, my goal is 10 pips a day, but let's say I have 3 trades, hit me 10 pips, stop loss in one day. That means I need 3 trades to get back. What do I do? Walk away? Yes, ideally. Also, what you can do, Judy, is on your next entry, instead of having a 10 pip target, put a 20 pip target in, or delete your 10 pip target and lock in 6 of them and let it run to the 20. They win more than they lose, and they lose smaller than they win because of our super duper indicator there, Yeah, don't continue trading. If you're doing it wrong 3 times on the bounce, take a break. Something's wrong, Look at it like this. Stopping a war or even stopping a battle, it's so much harder than starting it. It's the same when you're trading. Starting it only requires that you shout, charge, or open fire. But when you want to stop it, everyone involved is somewhat busy. It is exactly the same with trading, because to get into the trade, you just click enter. You're in the trade. Now to get out, will you get out with a loss? Will you get out with a win? Will you get out with a break even? You start the overthinking process, the tell me when will you be mine kind of stuff, Wednesday last week, says Judy, it did that to me, and it was the markets. So I walked away, brilliant, with those losses. It was hard, but I did. Well, that was the right thing to do. It was exactly the right thing to do, because remember, trading, it's the long game, isn't it? We are in the marathon, not the sprint. Yes, we trade a 1 minute chart. Yes, we trade intraday charts. But that doesn't mean we'll just keep banging our heads against a brick wall when it's going sideways. You've all been in my sessions when I've said, it's going sideways, we're going to end early. Or it's going sideways, I'm doing nothing until it changes its mind. Or remember, we've been in sessions where it's dived and I've said, well, that wasn't in my plan, so I'm not selling that. And it's nosedive big time, and it can sometimes go 100-200 pips. I've still sat there and said, I'm not doing that. It's not in my plan. And then we found the level whereby we found the support, and it starts to move back up. And if we look at our 4 sets of 4 hours over here, 6 sets of 4 hours, I've been saying, how long have I been saying? Buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips. This is the NAS, the DAX, the Dow, buy the dips. Buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips. On a 1 minute chart, we get a lot more dips, and we can see big round numbers. We can see divergence. We can see the rejection of a line, and we can see it moving up towards targets. That's gone 1,000 pips in 1, 2, 3 in 12 hours. 48.4 to 49.4. 1,000 pips in 12 hours. The Dow's very tradable. There's the FTSE. Yes, it dropped off, but buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips. I've been banging on about it for a long time now with you guys. So it's not something I can be validly challenged on. If you challenge me, you're welcome to. But there's how many of us? We're only 21 people online in the session right now. But I've been saying buy the dips, and I believe some of it is on recorded sessions. So if you do challenge me, you're going to be proven wrong, I'm afraid. That's okay, by all means do. Always, I say, question everything, and I stand by that. The more you question everything, the more you will learn. That's what we're here for, to learn. On the day you think that I think I've learned enough, you're wrong. I'm still trying to learn more, and I'll keep trying to learn. Pat says, challenge you, that would be fool's play. You know, in fairness, I can be wrong, Pat, and you know, there's times I have been. I've often said, and we're looking for a buy here, and I meant to sell. I don't mean just minimal things like that, but yeah, I can be wrong. You know, if you lived in my house, you'd understand that I'm always wrong, but it is what it is. I'll suck it up and take it on the chin, as we do, you know. But again, it is what it is. I was just tidying up a Word file while I was chatting away to you there. So, more questions. So now my goal, 10 pips a trade, having 10 pip SL, is that good? No, we discussed that already, you and me, Judy, didn't we? A 10 pip stop loss is too tight. If you have too tight a stop loss, you're looking for trouble. If you have too loose a stop loss, you're looking for trouble. Both will cost you pips or money, if you like. The right thing to do is put your stop loss at the last peak in a sell or trough in a buy, and you know what indicator I'm talking about. So that's it. Look for the peak, look for the trough, and then you have to adjust your stake based on that. So if you're meant to be trading $10 a pip and your stop loss is twice what it should be, then you can only go to $5 a pip. And instead of looking for 10 pips, sadly you're looking for 20. But you have to convert it into the right value as well. It's usually, I mean, I'm very fortunate with the brokers I trade with. I'm trading in round pounds or euros per pip. It's never a lot, because one lot is never one of anything, nor is it 10. It's 10 point something, or it's 9 point something, or it's 1 point something, or it's nearly one. And I couldn't live like that. It's got to be a round number. If someone says, no, we trade in lots, then I say, well, bugger off. I'm not using you as a broker. That's my choice. That's it. That's the way it is. And there you go. Judy says that makes more sense. Thank you. You're very welcome. Yeah, that's. I've gotten through all the notes I wanted to get through. Lesson 5. Do it properly and don't skip bits. The homework stuff that we've all discussed. It's what makes you a trader. You can be a trader, or you can be some Egypt that follows me. Do you think I'm clever? Because I'm not. Yeah, okay. The latest, the Thursday YouTube video suggests I was clever with those levels, but I've been looking at the charts since 2004. It's 22 years now. It's a very, very long time. I've gotten to understand them a lot. They do tell me things, but I've been telling you that the charts do speak to us. Sometimes they whisper and sometimes they shout. We just need to be listening, that's all. And to listen, we can even have headphones on. We just need to be looking at the screen, and we'll be able to tell what it is that's going on. Always. I don't think anyone in the sessions, well, I know you've never seen me have my bottom handed to me on a silver tray. We've always either done the right thing, we bought it or sold it as we're supposed to, or we've done nothing, which means we made nothing, but we lost nothing as well. And that's okay. I'm happy to lose nothing. I'd rather miss out than be caught out. There you go. There endeth the lesson. I can end the recording here, guys, if there's anyone who wants to unmute and ask anything that is off recording. If you give me a yes or something, I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll just end it all and we'll start again. We're back on live tomorrow, 9 a.m. Remember, the late session on a Thursday is bombed for the minute. We will come up with a replacement. Yes, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to end the recording right here, right now. It's almost 24 minutes on it. Please trade safe, everybody that watches this, and I'll see you on the next session. Thank you. Bye-bye.